Hold on tight, Bears Nation, because this is total madness. The news we have today is so explosive that it's going to shake Soldier Field to its foundations. If you thought you had seen it all, wait until you hear this. First, we have a bomb that could change the face of our offense forever. One of the most electrifying receivers in the league might be on the Bears' radar. We're talking pure dynamite, folks. An addition that would turn our offense into a fireworks show. But that's not all, because we have the full truth about what happened in our head coach search. I'm going to tell you the juicy details of how a legendary coach was on our radar and why we ended up with something even better. This story has more twists than a Six Flags Great America roller coaster. And to top it off, hold on because this is crucial. There's a draft monster who could be the final piece of the puzzle. A lineman who would make our offensive line look like the Chicago Wall. The protection we need for our future quarterback could be just one pick away. Don't you dare miss a single second of this explosive news. Listen up, Bears Nation. I have explosive news that's going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Tyreek Hill might be on the Chicago Bears' radar. Yes, you heard that right. But let me ask you something. Can you imagine Hill, DJ Moore, and Romo Duns on the same team? Oh my God! That wouldn't be an offense. It would be an air circus. And with Caleb Williams throwing the ball. Oh dear! Look, I'm telling you this, Ben Johnson loves speed. In Detroit, he had Jameson Williams and company, but Hill is a whole different level. We're talking about the Cheetah, the fastest man in the NFL. And even though he had a down season in 2024 with only 959 yards, can you believe it? Only 959. This man was coming off 2 consecutive seasons with over 1,700 yards. But here comes the tricky part, and I need you to pay attention. Hill has a monster contract. We're talking $90 million over 3 years, and he still has 1 year left. And I ask you, is it worth investing that much money in a 30-year-old receiver? And there's more. What about the locker room issues? Because let's be honest, Hill isn't exactly a saint in the locker room. And I'm telling you this, when you're building a new culture, like the Bears are doing with Johnson, do you want to bring in someone who could disrupt it? But here's my opinion, and listen closely, sometimes you have to take risks to win. Is Hill expensive? Yes. Can he be problematic? Also yes. But can you imagine what this offense could do with him? More stretching the field on one side, O'Dunn's on the other, and Hill doing, well, Hill things. And now I ask you this final question, Bears family, is it worth the risk for a talent like Hill? Or should we look for safer and more economical options in free agency? Because I'm telling you, Ryan Poles has a huge decision to make. And as I always say, sometimes the biggest risks bring the biggest rewards. What do you think? Should the Bears go after Hill? Can you believe it, Bears family? I have a bomb about what really happened with Mike Tomlin and the Chicago Bears. And let me tell you, this is incredible. Do you know what's the craziest part of all this? The Bears actually tried to go after Tomlin. Yes, you heard that right. Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren had the, let's say, audacity to call Pittsburgh. And do you know what happened? Art Rooney too practically hung up the phone on them. Bam! But let me ask you something. In what universe were the Steelers going to let go of Tomlin? Please! We're talking about a coach who has never had a losing season. Never! And I'm telling you this, the Steelers know what they have. Rooney said it clearly, and I quote, "It didn't go very far. We weren't really interested in pursuing him. It was a very short conversation." Boom! Clearer than that? Impossible! But here's the interesting part, family. Do you know what? In the end, all this was for the better. Because I'm going to tell you something, Ben Johnson is exactly what we needed. And do you know why? Because this man has a specific plan for Caleb Williams. He doesn't come to impose a system, he comes to build one around our future quarterback. And I ask you, isn't that exactly what we needed? A coach who understands that every quarterback is different, that every offense must be unique. Johnson already said it in his press conference, his offense in Chicago will be different from the one he led in Detroit. That is adaptability. That is what we need. Look, let's be honest. Would Tomlin have been incredible? Of course. But I'm telling you this, sometimes Plan B turns out to be the Plan A we needed from the start. Johnson was the main target, and Poles and Warren got him. And now I ask you this final question, my Chicago people, don't you think it's time to stop looking at what could have been and start getting excited about what will be? Because I'm telling you, with Johnson at the helm and Williams under center, the future of the Bears looks brighter than ever. What do you think? Do you believe the Bears made the right decision with Johnson? Leave your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Chicago Bears content. Bears family, get ready because this is important. Do you know what we need the most? Protection. And today I have a bomb about the upcoming draft that will interest you. The Athletic just dropped their latest mock draft, and let me tell you something. They have the Bears selecting Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. And do you know what? This guy is no joke. We're talking about the Outland Trophy winner as the best interior lineman in the nation. Boom! But wait, because it gets better. 6 feet 4 inches and 320 pounds? This man is a mountain. And I ask you, isn't that exactly what we need to protect Caleb Williams? Of course! Now, let me tell you something interesting. There's a debate about whether he's better as a tackle or a guard. But do you know what? That's the best part. Because this versatility is pure gold in the modern NFL. And I'm telling you this, when you have a lineman who can play multiple positions, you have a treasure. And do you want to hear something incredible? All season long, do you know how many sacks he allowed? Only 3! 3! As Mel Kiper Jr. would say, this kid has the mobility to block on the edge and the strength to handle the most powerful rushers. But here's my favorite part, and I need you to listen closely. Is Banks the sexiest pick? No! Is he what we need? Absolutely! Because I'm telling you, championships aren't just won with spectacular plays, they're won in the trenches. And now, let me ask you this. Do you prefer to have a solid lineman who protects Williams and opens holes for the running game, or do you want to keep seeing our quarterback running for his life? Because I'm telling you, Ryan Poles has a golden opportunity here. Banks could be that pillar we need on our offensive line for the coming years. And here's my final question for you, Bears family. Do you agree with going for an offensive lineman in the draft? Or would you prefer to see the Bears taking a running back like Ashton Janty or trying to move up for Abdul Carter? Bears family, after analyzing these crucial news for our team, I want to hear your passionate voices. Which path do you think we should take with Tyreek Hill? Should we take a risk for his explosive talent or maintain a more conservative approach? The decision on Johnson over Tomlin is already made, but do you feel this new chapter will finally lead us to the glory we long for? And speaking of the immediate future, which position would you prioritize in the upcoming draft? An offensive lineman to protect our investment or an explosive running back to revolutionize our ground attack? Family, this channel is our home, our meeting point where we share this passion for the Chicago Bears. If you're not yet part of this community, I invite you to subscribe. Every opinion counts, every fan adds up, and together we make this family stronger. Hit that bell so you don't miss any analysis and debate about our beloved team. See you in the comments, Bears family. Bear down!